afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Meadsy69 and welcome back to the channel. The Sheriff is back in town. The T26E5 is back. Now, my previous video on this, I said it wasn't worth it. It's not as good as the Super Persian, but oh my, I have changed my views, and it is all thanks to Paul Hot Rocks Calabi. So, comparing this to the Super Persian, this is a heavy, and the Super Persian is a medium. So the DPM is much better at 2,514. Penetration much better at 221. Alpha much better at 240. Rate of fire better. Reload better. Shell velocity better. Aim time much better. Dispersion much better. Gun depression the same at 10 degrees. The speed is the same going forward. It is a little bit slower reversing, but you are a heavy. But it does feel more maneuverable than the Super Persian. It does feel a lot quicker. Now, where this is completely different is that armor. So the turret is very weak on the Super Persian, where this is very strong at 191. But the hull is much weaker. Well, not much weaker, but you're not going to bounce too many shots on the hull compared to the Super Persian. So I have completely changed my views, and I mean, I had some gold, and I thought, you know what, he keeps telling me to, when it comes to buy it, because people were playing it wrong. They're trying to play it like the Super Persian, where it's completely different, where the Super Persian, you want people to shoot that front plate of yours, and not your turret. This is completely the opposite. You don't want people to shoot that front plate, you want them to shoot the turret. Now, we have two battles for you today, and these are literally my only two battles in this tank since purchasing it. So this is my first battle, and the next game is my second battle. So my first ever battle in this on my main account. So it is Canal, and we decided to go towards the left side. I mean, we have only got one medium tank, and the majority of them are TDs and heavy. So I've decided, you know what, I'm going to go towards the left side and take my chances pretty much. And luckily we do spot the enemy team. We do get that nice shot in on the T29. There's the KV4 and there is the Lerva. The troll bounce there on that KV4. And remember, it has a very strong turret, and it has that 10 degrees of gun depression. So you need to use that gun depression to the max to try and hide that hole of yours. And if you can hide that hole, you will get bounces. Now, we're going to go up against this Lerva, and the KV4 is going to come, and a few other tanks are going to come. But you can see we're using this ridgeline. I mean, if the Lerva was to aim properly, he would be able to get my lower plate, and he is going to do that in a minute. But I am sort of angled, so it is easy for him to be able to penetrate my front plate. But we do manage to get the bounce from that KV4. Now, here comes a few other tanks, and you can see that the front plate is quite high up, and that was the Hori that managed to get that shot. So I was gonna start reversing, but then I looked at the minimap and I thought, you know what, my team are behind me. I don't want to reverse too much, and a couple of these are really low hit points. And as soon as our T34-2 decides to go YOLO in straight in, then I am going to start pushing forward and clearing these tanks. And then here comes my T28 Independence. So now I can play a little bit more aggressive. The Hori is backing up. The KV4, I'm going to get down to a one shot, and there goes that Panther. So we've got a kill. We've got a kill, and we're on 2,300 damage. Unfortunately, we don't manage to get the kill shot there, but as you can see, we do manage to get a nice bounce from the Hori. So you can bounce. You can bounce when you're angled correctly. You can bounce from the bottom plate, and especially from your turret. And that is how you have to try and play this tank. Hide that bottom plate, or hide your front plate as much as you possibly can, and only show your turret. And as I've said, it has 10 degrees of gun depression. Use that gun depression. It definitely feels more like a medium than the Super Persian. It feels quicker. It's got a better reload as well. It's a better rate of fire, only 5.7 seconds. I'm not running this with calibrated shells. I'm running it with adrenaline. I honestly don't think it needs the calibrated shells. I think the pen is quite enough, and it does its job. It does do its job. Now, I haven't played this in Tier 9 yet, and I'm fully aware that I'm probably going to suffer, and I might change my mind about the calibrated shells once we start getting up to them tier 9 battles. But when you're top tier, you really don't need the calibrated shells. So only 2 tanks left alive now, which is this T49. We are going to get a troll bounce on him. We're going to rush our shot, and we do sort of hit the tracks, but we do manage to track him, keeping him in his place, so we are able to now ram him for 232 damage and then take the kill, which now just leaves this 87 left on his own. So we won this. I mean, it's 4 against 1. We're on 700, nearly 800 supremacy points. We take a couple of rush shots here, which is stupid, but I am after that damage. I just want more damage. So we do get that last shot. We are going to get another shot, but we're not going to be able to pen him. We're going to actually miss him. I don't know how I missed him, and the T-34-2 I think is going to take him out. So that was my first battle in this tank. We managed to block 720 damage, which is still more hit points than we was left with, and we do manage to get the ace. 3,222 damage, over 100,000 credits, 1,300 base XP, which is quite a lot for a tier 8 tank. But as you can see, we do get 2,100 assistant damage along with 223 supremacy points. So not a bad first game. Not a bad first game for me in this tank, considering I didn't really like the tank before and I haven't played it since it was last released on my press account. So this is the next game. My second game, and it is on Castilla. So we're going to play a little bit risky here, and we are going to go towards the left side, the heavy side. But because this is a quick heavy tank, I do want it to play a little bit more aggressive, as we are top tier as well, and that is to push around this area with the cap, near the cap, so we can try and get the side shots in on the TDs or the heavies and the mediums that start crossing in this area as I'm looking at now. So at the moment, only that T29 was spotted, and he is still there. And luckily for me, he starts backing up, so I am able to get that shot into him and then back up, but I am getting shot from someone else. So I know he's now not alone, and there is the lurver. So we are going to get a bounce on his bottom plate, and we're just going to back up. And I can see the T29 is starting to sort of... He's not a good player. He's not a good player at all. I mean, he's trying to hide, but the whole time he's trying to hide, he is giving me his bottom plate. And now I can just turn around, and the rock in front of me is actually hiding my bottom plate. So I'm only showing my turret to this guy. So we've only taken 1 shot from the lurver, and now we've literally just tore this T29 apart. And luckily, as soon as I take him out, the IS-3 now becomes spotted. But we're going to quickly get a shot into the side of that lurver as he was crossing, and now we can just focus on this IS-3, who doesn't actually want to know me. If you can get in this position in a heavy tank or even a medium tank, it is a very, very good position, but it all depends on where the enemy go, what the enemy are doing, and it just happens to be my game, this game, and I was able to farm, as you can see, 2,100 damage just from these 2 tanks. So now I'm looking at the minimap. And I know that there are a few tanks around that A area. So I'm believing that these 2 heavies are the only 2 heavies left. So I'm believing that they are on their own. So I'm going to start pushing the IS-3. He misses his shot, so I am now able to just poke forward and get that last shot in. But our medium tanks are not holding around the right side, around the A side, so I do want to take out this lurver literally as quick as possible, and we do manage to do that. So it's a 5-on-4. It is going to get taken down now to a 4-on-4, and I know that all the enemy now are spotted, so I know that every single tank is around that area, and even though it's a 4-on-4, I'm very, very confident that we will have this game. It's going to freeze for a second here. We still have a full hit point Black Prince, and as you know, Black Prince top tier is absolutely OP with the rate of fire, with the armor. So at the moment, I'm in no problem that we're going to lose this game. So we've got the Bulldog there that's low hit points. We've got the Panther now, which I am going to be able to take out for my 4th kill. And I know now that the Bulldog, I was going to start going forward, but I know that the Bulldog is coming around. So I start reversing, and I am going to turn around and just try and stop him in his tracks. So we're on 3k damage. We've only blocked 1 shot, but we've literally only been shot once. So, or twice, shall I say. 1 shot we didn't block. So there's the Bulldog, but now he's running away. I don't really want to chase him. I want to go for the more dangerous target, which is this Helsing. The Bulldog at the moment, yes, he's quick. We are losing on supremacy points, and theoretically, he probably is the better person to take out because he is a quick tank. But now it's a 3-on-2. It's a 3-on-2. The Peugeot is now dead, so it leaves it now a 3-on-1, and I do manage to get that shot into that Bulldog. So we are now winning on supremacy points, and the Bulldog is only a one-shot. Our Black Prince still has plenty of hit points, so now I know that this is a win. This is a win, but we just need to try and stop him in his tracks. And if you look at the minimap, we do have a heavy going around the A area, and so if the Bulldog goes that way, he's going to be in trouble. So I'm going to start going left, and I thought he was going left anyway. So that means we've got a tank to the left, a tank in the middle at B, and we have a tank around A. So we should definitely be able to stop him in his tracks. So at the moment, he's not spotted. But as soon as I come around this corner, he is going to get spotted, and I did manage to stop him in his tracks, and I did think correctly. I mean, he hasn't been spotted by A yet, so he has to be around this way. And we do manage to clear him for our 5th kill. So we do actually block 710 damage. We end on 3,727 damage, 144,000 credits. We do get the ace as well. So 2 games played, 2 aces, and actually I have changed my mind on this tank. It is a nice tank, and I do think it is much better than the Super Persian, mainly because of how strong the turret is. So just in case no one believes me, we are going to just have a look, and you can see 2 games, 2 aces. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. Not a bad price either at 10k, 12.5 if you want the camo. Not a bad price. I think it will come cheaper next time. But hope you enjoyed it. I'm Meadsy, and I'm